Hello and welcome to That Was Golf. My name is Calum MacVicar. Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of the Weekly Review. We've got 18 events to get through this week, so without further ado, let's have a look at last week's golf. We start this week with the first ladies major of the year, the Chevron Championship held at Memorial Park Golf Course in Houston, Texas, USA. Winning here was Nelly Korda. A hugely impressive display from American Nelly Korda sees her go wire-to-wire in Houston and claim her third career major and second Chevron Championship, setting the 36-hole tournament record at 12 under with a 6-shot lead and sitting ranked number 2 in the world. Korda's run to the title shared exact similarities with Rory McIlroy's win at the Masters a couple of weeks ago. Whilst McIlroy's lead was very slim come the final round, Korda was much further ahead of her competitors, finishing on a score of 18 under par and 5 shots ahead of two players in tied second place. Over to the Epson Tour, where it was the IOA Championship held at Morongo Golf Club in Beaumont, California, USA. Winning here was Amari Avery. Competing on the course she used to play as a junior, Amari Avery gained her first professional victory and in the process became the first African-American winner on the Epsom Tour in its 46-year history. Avery's bogey-free final round of 72 under par helped her to a final score of 11 under par and a one-shot lead over Carla Bernay-Escuder in second place. Over to the PGA Tour Americas, where it was the Abierto de Centro Zurich held at Cordoba Golf Club in Villa Allende, Cordoba Province, Argentina. Winning here was Patrick Flavin. Gaining a first victory on the PGA Tour Americas, Patrick Flavin played some excellently consistent golf to finish with a 2-shot lead over the field. Rounds of 68, 66, 66 and 67 at the par 71 course, with both the 66 being completely bogey-free, gave Flavin a score of 17 under par for the win and moves him ahead of last week's winner Mason Green in the order of merit standings to first place after 2 events. And on to the DP World Tour, where it was a co-sanctioned event with the China Tour. It was the Volvo China Open, held at Shanghai Enhance Anting Golf Club in Shanghai, China. Winning here was Bernd Weisberger. Bernd Weisberger notched up his 9th win on the DP World Tour, coming from behind to beat Adrian Otaegui. Starting the final round 1 shot behind Otaegui, Weisberger shot a bogey-free 67 4 under par, which helped him to a 3-shot lead, whilst Otaegui capitulated in his back 9, making 2 bogeys and a double on 18 after his final round had started brightly with 4 birdies in the first 11 holes. This is Weisberger's first pro win since his return to the DP World Tour in 2024, after 2 years on the Live Golf League, and sees him move up to 16th in the Race to Dubai rankings. On the Ladies European Tour, it was the South African Women's Open held at Royal Cape Golf Club in Wynberg, Cape Town, South Africa. Winning here was Esme Hamilton. A first win on the Ladies European Tour for Esme Hamilton was won on an extremely wet and windy final day in Cape Town. Hamilton, who joined the LET as a rookie last year and was playing in only her 23rd event, held off challenges from Pia Babnik and Cara Gaynor, finishing her final round strongly with 3 birdies to give her a 2-shot lead over the field. After 7 events played, the win sees Hamilton move up to 4th in the season's order of merit. Over on the EU Legends Tour, it was the Barbados Legends held at Apes Hill Barbados Golf Resort in St. James, Barbados. Winning here was Greg Owen. A superb final round 64 7 under par for Englishman Greg Owen capped off a very strong weekend performance and ended in a second title on the EU Legends Tour. Owen now rises to second place in the season's order of merit after 3 events played. On the PGA Champions Tour, it was the Mitsubishi Electric Classic held at TPC Sugarloaf, Duluth, Georgia, USA. Winning here was Retief Goosen. Playing in a modified Stableford format where points are awarded for each hole, an albatross getting you 8 points, an eagle 5, birdie 2, par no points, bogey -1 and double bogey -3 points, Retief Goosen came out on top with a score of 39 points. In his 150th start on the tour, Goosen claimed his 4th win and rises 6 places to 3rd in the Schwab Cup standings. On the LPGA of Taiwan, it was the KGI Bank TLPGA Futures held at Sunrise Golf and Country Club in Taoyuan City, Taiwan. Winning here was Shi Chen-huan. A fifth career victory for Shi Chen-huan was capped off by a flawless final round of 69 3 under par, with 3 birdies on the front 9 setting the pace for the rest of the field to chase. 9 straight pars on Chen Huan's back 9 was enough for her to finish with a 2-shot lead over the field, scoring 14 under par for the tournament. The win sees Chen Huan move up to 6th place in the season's order of merit. On the PGA Tour, it was the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, held at TPC Louisiana in Avondale, Louisiana, USA. Winning here was Matt and Alex Fitzpatrick. Matt and Alex Fitzpatrick became the first brothers or family members to win the Zurich Classic, edging out a thrilling final round to secure a 1-shot lead over the field. After setting the course record in round 3 with a bogey-free 57-15 under par, it looked like the Fitzpatricks would be well on their way to a victory. However, a double bogey and a bogey on 12 and 14 in the final round brought them into a 3-way tie with Alex Smalley and Hayden Springer, and the all-Norwegian team of Christopher Reitan and Chris Ventura, who had made an incredible 3 eagles on their way to tying for the lead. The Fitzpatricks managed to turn their wayward back 9 around in their final hole of play, with Matt dropping an excellently controlled bunker shot to 1 foot for Alex to tap in, sealing a 1-shot lead. The win sees Alex gain his PGA Tour card through to 2028 as he became a first-time winner on the PGA Tour, his second win of the year after his win in India on the DP World Tour, while brother Matt notches up his 3rd win of the season and his 2nd in successive weeks on the PGA Tour. Over to the Anika Women's All-Pro Tour, where it was the Taco Bell Natchez Classic, held at Beaupre Country Club in Natchez, Mississippi, USA. Winning here was Maisie Filler. A first professional win for Maisie Filler came thanks to a final score of 10 under par at the Beaupre Country Club. Despite a double bogey on the 18th hole of her final round, Filler still finished with a 1-shot lead over Yeji Kwon and has moved up to first place in the season's Callaway race to qualifying order of merit after 3 events. On the Asian Tour, it was the Singapore Open, which is part of the International Series, the co-sanctioned event with the Live Golf League, held at Sentosa Golf Club on Sentosa Island, Singapore. Winning here was Jungwoo Ham. Jungwoo Ham won his first title on the Asian Tour with a wire-to-wire win, holding off a strong challenge from young Australian golfer Cameron John. Despite a double bogey in his final round, Ham managed to hold off the charge from John, with both players finishing on a final round of 66 5 under par, Ham finishing on 16 under par for the tournament with John on 14 under. Both players gained entry into this year's Open at Royal Birkdale thanks to their top 2 finishes. And on the Gira Profesional Mexicana, it was the Caliente Open, held at Club Campestre de Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Winning here was Jose Cristobal Islas. Jose Cristobal Islas is a 4-time winner on the Gira Profesional Mexicana, thanks to rounds of 66, 66 and 64 at the Par 72 Club Campestre de Tijuana. Finishing on a score of 20 under par and 1-shot lead over Rafael Becker in 2nd place, Islas now moves up to 2nd in the season's order of merit standings. There were 2 events on the Alps Golf Tour this week, the first being the Dreamland Open, held at Dreamland Golf Club in Cairo, Egypt. Winning here was Maxime Legros. Leading from round 1 to the final round, Maxime Legros gained his first win on the Alps Golf Tour. An opening bogey-free round of 65 7 under, followed by a 66 6 under and a 71 1 under, made for a final score of 14 under par, a 2-shot lead over Pablo Alperi in 2nd place. A very impressive win for Legros given that he has only recently returned to competitive golf after missing much of last year's season due to a back injury. The second event on the Alps Golf Tour this week was the Allegra Open, held at the Allegra in Cairo, Egypt. Winning here was Paul Franquet. Frenchman Paul Franquet became the 3rd consecutive winner from France on the Alps Golf Tour, putting on a wire-to-wire performance to secure his first win on the tour. A final score of 12 under par gave Franquet a 3-shot lead over 4 players in tied second place and moves him up to 7th place in the season's order of merit. On the KLPGA, it was the second Dukshin EPC Championship held at Kingsdale Golf Club in Cheongju, Chongjeongbuk-do, South Korea. Winning here was Lee Yi-won. Lee Yi-won became the 16th KLPGA player to make it to 10 career wins, taking out the Dukshin EPC Championship by a margin of 3 shots over Park Hyung-kyung in second place. Rounds of 71 1 under and 68 4 under bookended a stellar round 2 performance, a bogey-free 65 7 under par in round 2. Yi-won now tops the official money ranking list as well as the KLPGA points list for the 2026 season. And on the men's KPGA Tour, it was the Woori Financial Group Championship held at Seon Valley Golf Club in Paju-si, Gyeonggi-do, South Korea. Winning here was Chan Choi. Leading from round 2 onwards, Chan Choi gained his first win on the KPGA Tour. Rounds of 67, 65, 72 and 67 at the par 71 course gave Choi a final score of 13 under par and a comfortable lead of 3 shots over Zhang Ti Yang and Jang Yubin in tied second place. Choi now sits top of the order of merit for the season thanks to this win. On the Professional Golf Tour of India, it was the DP World Players Championship held at the Classic Golf and Country Club in Gurgaon, Haryana, India. Winning here was Akshay Sharma. 5 years after his last win on the tour, Akshay Sharma capped off an accomplished tournament with a flawless final round of 64 8 under par to take out the DP World Players Championship title. Sharma jumped 2 places with his superb final round effort to surpass round 3 leader Dhruv Shiron, whose final round 3 under 69 left him 1 shot behind. Sharma's win brings him up to 5th place in the season's order of merit standings. And lastly this week we head to the Japan Golf Tour, where it was the Maezawa Cup held at Mutazawa Golf Park in Hanamaki City, Iwate Prefecture, Japan. Winning here was Ren Yonezawa. Ren Yonezawa won his 3rd title on the Japan Golf Tour, beating Young Han Song over 1 playoff hole. Leading at the end of round 3, Yonezawa was caught by South Korean Song, who shot an excellent bogey-free final round of 65 7 under to tie the lead of 23 under par. With both players searching for their 3rd win on the tour, Song's strong final round performance could not be kept up in the playoff as he lost to Yonezawa's birdie on the first playoff hole. And for another week, that was golf. Thank you so much for listening in to this episode of the Weekly Review. If you like what we do here at That Was Golf, be sure to follow us on our socials and subscribe to the podcast to stay up to date with all future episodes, released every Tuesday, 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.